Hey, everybody, here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in NBA 2K23 going for the Turning Point achievement. This is to outscore your opponent by 10 points in a quarter. Before you get started, make sure you head into Features. We're going to adjust some sliders and settings. So starting off with the sliders, what you want to do is make sure you set it to custom, and make sure you hit left trigger or right trigger to turn it over to user. Then just make sure you crank everything in your favor. So just make sure you move everything over to 100. Once you are done with the user side, make sure you hit one of the triggers again to set it back to CPU, and make sure you turn everything down to 0 on this side. Once you have everything to your liking, back out to save, and then make sure you go to settings. We're going to turn the quarter length down to a minute to make this super duper fast, and then we're going to head all the way back to the main menu. We're going to do this in play now. If you want an easier time of doing this, you can do this with 2 controllers in quick play. So make sure you plug in a second controller and then start up the game. Very easy. Just get the ball on the controller, getting the achievement, and then just score. With those sliders in your favor, you should be able to score as long as you are a reasonable distance from the basket. So anywhere near the 3-point line should suffice. And then just make sure you keep putting up points on the main controller. Whenever you have the ball on the second controller, just make sure you turn it over by running out of bounds. And then just keep putting up points until you hit 10. Once you hit 10, feel free to run the clock out on both sides, and then once you finish up the quarter with you having 10 or more points than the opposition, you should be good for this achievement. So that should go by super duper fast since we cranked the quarter length down to only a minute, so you only have a minute to burn. That being said, you shouldn't waste too much time as we're going to have to be pretty quick on putting up our 10 points. So make sure you get those turnovers in on the second controller, and you should be able to knock this out. Now, once you do manage that 10-point margin and you are trying to run the clock out, remember to inbound the ball so you can further run the clock out. If you get a shot clock violation, just make sure you quickly inbound the ball on either side and make sure you just run the clock out. Remember, the clock is only going to move when the ball is in play, so make sure you get it inbounds as quickly as possible so you aren't just sitting there. But nonetheless, once you do finally end the first quarter and you have those 10 or more points, you should be good for the achievement. 30 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.